everyone, how you doing today, and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're going to be talking about The Batman, and this is going to be a spoiler-free review, so let's get onto it straight away. I don't really want to talk too much about anything else. I'm going to just say that The Batman is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible as a movie. I flipping love this movie. So first things first, let's talk about the positives before I get into the negatives, right? Because I think this is an incredible movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece. Like, there's some people that'll probably think, oh wow, The Batman is a masterpiece. I don't think so, and there's some reasons why, but let's just talk about it from the beginning, right? So The Batman is a detective story, and this is Batman in his second year, and what's happening is there's a case of these murders that's happening with a criminal who is addressing clues and letters to Batman called the Riddler. And what Batman has to do with Jim Gordon is he has to solve these riddles and try and figure out why the Riddler is doing what he's doing and uncover what's the deep, dark secrets of Gotham City. Now, first things first, man, I can't, wow, I've got a lot of echoing in this room. This is my first time recording in this room. But first things first, yeah, I can't mention anything positive without talking about Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is absolutely incredible. What a film he created. Like, the fact that this is, his vision, this is literally his vision for what he wanted Batman to do was just perfect, and it was perfectly executed. I'm really happy, because when this movie was first announced, it was meant to be a Ben Affleck directed movie in the DCEU. I'm happy with what we got, man, because if it was that, yeah, Ben Affleck would have done a good job because he's a good director, but what if we didn't get this detective neo-noir type film we got? Matt Reeves directed something so incredible, and the fact that this is a downright detective story is perfect. I don't want anybody to go back. I don't want Batman to ever go back to not being a detective in live action ever again. What we got with Batman was what I would think of Batman. Do you get what I'm saying? Batman is the world's greatest detective, and with this movie, we got the world's greatest detective. Sometimes a little not he was the world's greatest detective. Sometimes a little not as smart as we thought in some cases, but it was very nitpicky for me to say that. All in all, though, Matt Reeves directed a fantastic movie, and it was literally kind of like the live action Arkham movie. That's how it felt like to me. I think also, I don't know why, this movie felt like half a Scorsese film and half a David Fincher film, in my opinion. So the perfect blend of both those in terms of the gangster vibe from, or mob vibe from Martin Scorsese, and the thriller vibe from David Fincher, both of those melded together to a perfect Batman movie. That is how I'll describe this movie. Absolutely incredible, and I'm so happy Matt Reeves is going to be taking charge of pretty much the Batman franchise, especially in live action, because obviously the animated series, he's executively producing that, and I'm just proud, man. This is perfect, man. Literally, the way it's shot, the way it's narrated, the way it's even, in certain parts it's narrated. I thought it was going to be narrated the whole movie, it's not, but in certain parts it's narrated. The way the tone is, the way the pacing is, this is a 3-hour long movie. 3 hours is a very long time. And the thing is, right, I'm half and half with long movies. I love long movies, yeah. But if it's a long movie and you put things pointlessly, I take points for that. Literally, that's why I've been quite critical. And if you see my reviews for No Time to Die, Dune, Eternals, I always look at them and be like, was it worth the length? Luckily, most of those are, except for Eternals. Eternals was not worth the length, in my opinion. But this one, definitely the 3 hours was worth it. I didn't feel like I was tired of watching this for 3 hours. The only thing I only felt the 3 hours of my body because it's a 3-hour movie sitting in a chair. Do you get what I'm saying? Other than that, in terms of the movie, I wanted more. I was really invested in this movie, and I'll explain. There's a bunch of reasons why, but I'll explain more later. But let's get on to the actors, right? Because I'm talking about direction. Let's get on to the actors. I'll get into setting and themes and all that, but let's go with the actors. Robert Pattinson, to me, I think he's my best Batman in live action. And it took me one movie. It took one movie for this guy to be the best Batman I've ever seen in live action. One movie. Because he just feels like if Kevin Conroy's Batman was literally in his second year. That's how it feels like to me, and I love Kevin Conroy's Batman, but man, Robert Pattinson absolutely kills it. He understands the assignment, and most of this film is Batman. It's not really Bruce Wayne. It's mainly Batman. So he understood it. He was perfect. Even the way he is, the way he, how to explain it, not really cracks jokes, but Batman is not really a funny guy, but he's accidentally funny. He played that off so well. And even in terms of the emotion, the raw emotion from Batman, I would say even in terms of the action scenes, I don't want to see another person play live action Batman apart from Robert Pattinson. Obviously, someone will, but like I really, really, really love this performance. Speaking of performances, Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman, perfect. Like literally, when I saw the trailers, I thought, wow, you are pretty perfect. But when I watched the movie, I was like, damn, you are damn perfect for this role. Like even the way she acts as Catwoman, it was just so perfect. I love the relationship between Catwoman and Batman. It's done so well and so good. Like I think this is literally the best thing because yet again, Dark Knight Rises, it was alright. I mean, I think what was the other film? I think it was Batman Returns. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Batman Returns. Correct me if I'm wrong. That one with the Michelle Pfeiffer. It's okay, but this one was literally like this pure cat and mouse game between Batman and Catwoman. Even though it's meant to be more, I mean, in the future, it's meant to be Catwoman just messing with Batman more, but because Catwoman is different and is a younger Catwoman, we understood why she acted the way she was. Zoe Kravitz really played that off very, very well. Paul Dano as the Riddler, fantastic as well. I flipping loved him, and I was a bit scared that with, obviously I knew Paul Dano will act his ass off and do amazing with it. That one I had no issues with. I was scared that they'll make him like I don't know, because they barely showed his face. I was scared that they'll make him like some deformed creature or something, and I'm like, that is not Riddler. They did perfect with Riddler. I freaking loved him. I love the riddles, even though there may be some complaints that the riddles weren't that ingenious, some of them. I mean, I thought they were pretty ingenious for the situations that we were in. I understand if some people would be like, man, I wish there were riddles that like blew our mind. And I get it. I do get that. Like literally, I do get that. But for what we got, I'm happy with what we got. And plus, Paul Dano was literally perfect as Riddler. I hope we see more of him. He was absolutely fantastic. Even the way he controlled situations, it was just so damn good. Now, the question now is, were his motivations that justified? I mean, in my opinion, they were, because they're kind of understandable. Some other people would be like, man, I wish he had different motivations, but I really love the motivations that Paul Dano had for the Riddler and why he became the Riddler. Why he became the Riddler is pretty damn cool in terms of like, not the backstory for why he became the Riddler, why he literally said, I'm going to be the Riddler. That is so damn cool, and it makes so much sense. I really, really love that, and I hope we see more. Obviously, everyone talks about Colin Farrell as Penguin. Colin Farrell as Penguin banging, man. I still can't believe that's Colin Farrell. I still can't believe that is Colin Farrell. I can't believe it. But obviously, he acted his butt off. And he was in the movie a lot more than I thought. I thought he was meant to just do a couple cameos and be here and there. This guy was in the movie for quite a long time. I mean, not like long, but he was in longer than I thought he would be. And I can't wait to see the Penguin series and more Penguin. I can't wait to see the Catwoman series too. But man, Penguin was so cool. And also, right, no one is... Okay, I'll talk about Jim Gordon in a sec, but barely anyone has talked about this. John Turturro, right, as Carmine Falcone. Absolutely incredible. Honest to God, to me, he rivaled Riddler in terms of top-tier villainy. Oh my God, he was so incredible. Such a cool mob boss, bro. He had proper control on this movie. And the thing is about this movie is part Riddler, part Carmine Falcone. Obviously, I won't get into spoilers about it, but that is pretty much what the movie is. But he was sick, man. John Turturro was absolutely incredible. Like, there was even points when I was watching the movie that I was like, man, I mean, Paul Dano is doing an incredible job, but John Turturro, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was absolutely, like, he barely was in the trailers. He was killing it in the movie. I'm not even gonna lie, like, he has to get a special mention because he was absolutely incredible. I loved that character. Loved that character. Incredible. Jeffrey Wright and Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon, honestly, I feel like he's in the movie more than Catwoman. But Jim Gordon, yeah, because it makes sense, because literally it's a detective story. Batman and Jim Gordon are trying to figure out the case, right? And, Jeffrey Wright was awesome. Jeffrey Wright is awesome at everything. So I feel like there's no point of even going into detail. He's awesome as Jim Gordon, of course. Who am I don't think I'm missing anybody. There's other characters here and there. I won't go into spoilers. But the other characters I see, fantastic. I really, really love pretty much all the characters that they showed on screen. And what really supplements my love for these characters was the world of Gotham. I think what Matt Reeves did with Gotham was absolutely incredible. I think there is no live action Batman film that has portrayed Gotham as well as the Batman. Gotham was absolutely beautiful, incredible. It literally, like I said, it felt like live action Arkham City. Like every little bit of Gotham interacted with what is happening with Gotham, especially the corruption. The corruption is in full flow in Gotham, and it makes perfect sense because Gotham is one of the trashiest cities ever written. Like, it's one of the trashes. It's one of the worst. So the way they illustrated that in this movie, beautiful. And that's why, like, I really can't wait for the HBO Max shows in terms of Catwoman and Penguin, because I know this world of Gotham it has so much room for exploration, so much. So I'm super excited. I'm super proud of Matt Reeves for understanding the assignment of what Gotham should be. It wasn't like super realistic like the Dark Knight trilogy. It's not like too gothic like Tim Burton. It's just the perfect blend of both, and it just illustrates what Gotham is in terms of how it's unsafe to live in the city. I freaking love that. Also, Wayne Manor, beautiful. Again, that was gothic. And Wayne Manor, when was the last time Wayne Manor was gothic? I mean, he's meant to be a bit gothic because that is literally where Batman lives, like, duh. And even the whole vibe of the film is very gothic. It's very, well, not very gothic. It's gothic at times, but it is very more gangster vibe in a trash city, and that's what I imagine Gotham to be. So I'm really proud of what Matt Reeves did in terms of the direction, in terms of making, obviously not just Matt Reeves, that's also partly Greg Fraser as well, in terms of the cinematography, which was fire. But yeah, Matt Reeves did an incredible job in understanding the themes and the environment of Gotham City. I think nothing can come close to this Gotham City in this movie. Nothing, right? Also, Michael Giacchino, right? He's going to be knighted in this channel as Michael the G Channel, because this guy, right, his music is so unreal. Like, Spider-Man No Way Home's music was already incredible, right? But the Batman's music, oh, god damn. When Riddler's theme came up, because the only theme I'd heard from him, because they released the whole soundtrack, right? The only thing I heard was the Batman, because I didn't want to get spoiled on the music without hearing it in the movie and having the vibe of the movie. The Batman I didn't mind because we heard that theme a million times, but like the other ones I wanted to savor that for the movie experience. But the Riddler's theme is so fire. Oh my god. Catwoman's theme is fire too, yeah. All the themes are fire. All the music is fire, right? But Riddler's theme, god damn, man, so fire. Other than that, man, I freaking love this movie. I mean, great, let's get onto the flaws, right? Let's go onto the flaws. But I flipping loved everything about this movie. The detective story, I love that. The plot, I love that. Okay, let's get onto this. Let's go into stuff that maybe are a bit flawed, right? In terms of the plot, yeah, it's in the beginning, right? For the first, like, I would say 2 hours and 30 minutes. This film was insane, especially the first hour. This first hour, oh my god, bro. I thought this thing was a masterpiece. I was like, damn, what an incredible first hour. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, the Batman was ridiculous for the first hour. Then the second hour, right, it was still kind of high octane. I would say literally about 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's the last 30 minutes, except for like the last like maybe like 2 minutes or so before it closed, or 3 minutes, maybe like, let me give it more, like 5 minutes before it closed. That period of 2 hours and 30 minutes to about 2 hours and 2 hours and like 40 minutes, or 2 hours and 45 minutes, 40 minutes or so. That period, it slowed down a bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish the climax was a bit stronger, because the way it ends, I mean, it makes sense for what Matt Reeves is trying to portray in terms of what Batman is beginning in and what Batman is ending in. I get it, but I felt like the climax could have been a lot stronger, especially the way it just all ended. I was like, man, like, you could have just hit a hard punch with Batman. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, it ended in a way that it made logical sense. I get why it ended like that. It's just, I wish there was more, especially when I compare it to like The Dark Knight, and the way The Dark Knight ended in terms of like Joker winning and then Harvey Dent at the end, the whole situation, that was gut-wrenching, right? But this one didn't really have that. And granted, I feel bad because we're comparing The Dark Knight to The Batman, but it's a Batman movie. You get what I'm saying? Like, The Dark Knight is literally the pinnacle of superhero movies. So it's a harsh thing to do, but yeah, there's that. And then in terms of other than that, in terms of the Riddler, I don't know if I vibed with the way his story ended. I don't know if I vibe with it. In terms of this story in the movie, I feel like, yet again, could have ended it a little bit stronger, but it is what it is. Like, it's not that deep. Some people might be like, oh, the riddles aren't that great. I like the riddles because of the situation, but I do understand, like, there's this one riddle, right? It's clear as day. Me and my friend looked at each other, and then my friend even mentioned that to me. She was like, This riddle, right? Batman surely should have known this riddle like ages ago. Why they go around in circles? And I was like, yeah, you got a very valid point. I won't spoil it for you, yeah, but it's a big riddle. And it's a big one where Batman's like, that's probably not this, right? I'm pretty much everyone in the audience is probably thinking, dude, it's this. I won't spoil it what it is, but when you get to that point and you watch the movie, if you haven't watched it, you'll understand what I mean. You'll be like, bro, come on. Like, come on, bro. But those are the only like proper like flaws I had with the movie. Other than that, it was near flawless in my opinion. Near flawless. But granted, I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece because there's still some room to grow in terms of this movie. There's still some things, like I said, the climax. If the climax was strong, yeah, this would be pretty much a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Like if the climax was absolutely strong. But I can't really get mad about it because this is literally the first Batman movie in this whole Batman series that they're about to start. For a first movie, I think this is stupidly strong. In my opinion, this is better than Batman Begins. Oh, by the way, this clears anything from MCU. Clears. Even Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home, to me, is the best MCU movie, right? It clears it, in my opinion. It clears every single MCU movie, right? But like in terms of the creme de la creme of superhero movies, these are movies I would give a 9.5 or above. I say it's literally Dark Knight, Spider-Verse, Logan, and now the Batman, right? But where I would rank the Batman in terms of that ranking, I would say that I'd rank it on the Logan level for me. Logan is a 9.5 to me. Some people will be like, no, how can you give Logan a 9.5? It's a 10. Logan, in my opinion, as strong as the ending was, as strong as the beginning, as strong as the action and everything, I feel like some of the plot is like, okay, like it's not that good. Like it's like when people talk about Joker being the masterpiece, I'm like, the plot of Joker isn't that good. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's where I'd rank it. I'd say it's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. That's where I'd rank the Batman. But that's not a bad thing. This is the first movie. Like this is the first movie out of the whole new Batman franchise. I'm very excited for the future of the Batman because the way it ends, like that there's a future and there's some stuff that's gonna get wild, right? And I feel like the next movie is when you really start to like proper mess with Batman. Like before the movie, I was thinking, oh, how's Riddler gonna mess with Batman? How's the world gonna mess with Batman? And they messed with him, yeah, but they didn't mess with him the way I thought. Like literally like Dark Knight Joker messing with Batman. That's what I expected. But I feel like that could happen in the future's movies in terms of how you mess with Batman with so many different villains. You could pick freaking Court of Owls, Joker, Hush, any other one like you could bring out of the bag to mess with Batman in terms of his brain. Even bring Riddler back. Bring Riddler back and mess with Batman even more because, maybe his plan wasn't as good as he wanted and he could make a better one. There's so many opportunities and that's why I'm super, super hyped about this future of Batman. But all in all, I would give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. It is absolutely incredible. It is the top of the top tier of superhero movies. It's not the Dark Knight and it doesn't have to be the Dark Knight. I feel like it will be a 10 out of 10 maybe in the future in terms of one of the sequels because I feel like there's stuff you just work on and build on and go, boom, here's a better plot because everything else is pretty much top tier. It's just the plot. Just make the plot a little better. That's it. And but all in all, man, I'm so happy I watched this. I'm gonna watch this again tomorrow. I want to watch this a couple more times because to be honest with you, it's one of those movies where you have to digest it. It's not one of those where you come out, watch it. After you come out, you know what it is. You know how to rank it. Like literally, I've been racking my brain between a low 10 and a high 9.5 for like the last like since I watched it yesterday, since like all day, I've been thinking, what is it? But I've come to the conclusion 9.5 makes the most sense because like 9.5 makes the most sense to me. But yet again, it's not a bad thing, and I got pretty much almost everything I wanted out of this movie. I know the sequels are going to do even better. Matt Reeves is the guy to take Batman forward. In terms of this movie literally got me smiling for pretty much the whole time, the whole 3 hours. So I have no complaints. Please leave Batman as a detective story in live action. Don't change that. I know whoever takes it after Matt Reeves, right? Do not change that, please. This was literally perfection in terms of Batman being Batman. Please don't change that. I'm begging you. But all in all, that is my review for The Batman. This is a non-spoiler review. I'll do a spoiler review after I watch it again because I think I'll have more time to proper digest what I watched and just spoil and just go, woo, and just spread the word of The Batman and talk about it. So what did you think about it? Do you like it? Do you not like the review? Or are you going to watch The Batman or you're not going to watch The Batman? Let me know in the comment section. I am open to discussion. Oh, sorry. I forgot one thing actually. Watch it in IMAX. watch it in IMAX. The IMAX, whoo, goddamn, the IMAX experience was no joke. I'm not even gonna lie, watch it in IMAX. But anyway, thank you very much for watching again. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more on pop culture and entertainment. I hope you have a great day. I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.